for 20 long years. I smoked lots of reefer and drank lots of beer. Every day at 420, we're gonna settle the score. For 20 long years, it's been 20 past 4.
Hello, old friends. Welcome back, Kravitz. 420 Live. Jeff Kravitz here with you after a 17-day excursion. That would be the longest break I've taken in 189 episodes I've been doing this show since March 16th. Pandemic, we've just celebrated 9 months. We could have all had a baby together in the past 9 months, the way things have been going. So congratulations. It was a boy. It was a pain in the ass. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's been staying healthy. I mean, it's been tough times. These numbers are through the roof. You're like, Kravitz, are you crazy flying in the middle of the pandemic? I literally left on December 4th, flew to Miami for the night, and then down to the Virgin Islands to St. John for the first ever Virgin Island shakedown. And okay, I was scared, frightened to death, but you know what? It was the best offer I've had in 9 months. Come down to the Virgin Islands. We're going to have some Grateful Dead music. You're going to take some pictures, and you're going to meet a lot of very fun, cool people. And you know what? Delivered as advertised. I'm back. I've taken 2 PCR drew my own blood. I had a couple of little tests left from from my parties I had here in LA. And, I tested myself when I got here Saturday, today on Monday, and then tomorrow I'm going to do the drive-through. I'll pick up so I'll supersize it, go through the drive-through, get to swab it all up, and that way the family will let me back in the house and I can sit around at the Christmas table and enjoy my dinner. I hope everybody out there has been erring on the side of safety, not like me, because if we were all traveling around. But I saw 85 million people are going to travel over Christmas holiday. If you're keeping track at home, there's 330 million people in America. That means 85 million traveling. That would be just about 25% of the country is going to get up and get out. And I get it, it's the holidays. You want to be close to your family, but tragically, I had a loss in my family. My sister-in-law lost her uncle, and because of a Thanksgiving dinner. So we all have to be careful out there. The last thing we want to do is turn a celebration into a funeral. So please err on the side of safety, everybody out there. I'm counting on you all. So I know there's a lot of questions. I've been answering a lot of questions the past couple of days about what exactly happened. And, I was asked to fly down by my good friend, Marcus Rezak. Is like, Kravitz, you want to come down? He called me up Monday. It was 29th, I think it was, of November. My phone rang. And on the 4th, I was on a plane out of here already. And I didn't really have a lot of time to think about it, but I had to get the test. You have to be tested 5 days before you get there. And when you show up, they want to see your negative test and fill out a form, take your temperature, which is more than they're doing at the airports in the USA, I have to say. They just ask you as you're checking in, have you been around anybody with COVID? But there's no temperature taking. There's no testing. I mean, I really think that should be mandatory for flying, is that people test and, it would make it a lot safer out there. I'm sure we all would like to remain safe. But flying, even though the airplane was crowded, it doesn't really feel like it's unsafe. I mean, everybody's masked up. They got that air blowing. It's freezing in the airplanes. One time I asked a lady if the pilot thought we were Eskimos. He goes, she goes, what are you trying to say? I was like, I'm trying to say it's freaking cold in here, lady. Turn up the heat. So anyway, I'm back. I'm back in Los Angeles. I'm living in the garage and in one bedroom in my house, which I can access from the outside. The family's a little bit, Jeff, you've been out. We don't know where you've been. And I actually had an amazing time. I met an amazing group of people. You got to solidify many relationships out there, and met a bunch of locals down in St. John that were absolutely incredible people. So my hat's off to all the people of St. John, Keith and Jared and Big Adam and our good friend Micah put together, and Crazy Donald, who I rented my Airbnb the last couple nights, and my friend Damon I went diving with. I met so many amazing people and got so many different experiences out of that trip, and a lot of good bonding, especially with my good friends here, Todd Stoops. I got to say, if I was MVP, you were right up the thing. Jeff Franca, amazing drummer. We had such a good time getting to know Frank and Samia. I mean, it was just such a great trip. And up here, I saw Big Matt. Marcus is here. There's Marcus. They're calling me the coach. I was giving everybody advice on, how best to hit the freaking DMT pen. I'm not shy, folks. Yes. I have to say that, hi, Jess. I have to say that that was probably the greatest experience, was where you can go in your own head. And I guess that's why we all like psychedelics so much, is because you don't really need a lot. All you need is your eyes, and you shut them and you go into the world. And it was an experience. It was an experience in higher learning. And let's just say that I achieved it. But, as you know, I take pictures. It's what I do. So I'm going to share some pictures with you guys and try to break down exactly what happened here on our little trip, our little vacation trip. So let's see if I remember how to do this picture sharing thing. There's Marcus, Mark Joseph. I mean, these two guys on guitar. This is the Windmill Bar. The Windmill Bar, it was an old slave plantation where they processed sugar. And they processed sugar. The slaves would process it in that windmill right up there. See over Mark's head. And, the slaves, about 50 years ago, the slaves got control of this place. And some beautiful people, Andy and Christy from Jam Cruise and the work there in the medical profession, are running the Windmill Bar. It's been open a month there. It has one of the most amazing views on the island for sunset. And there it is. That's the view. That's what you're looking out at. So, I mean, St. John's absolutely beautiful. About 75% of the island is national park. You're not allowed to build on it. So that's what kind of makes St. John very, very special. I have to say, it's a very special island. It was a unique place. And you can see this wasn't exactly Bonnaroo. It was, you're on an island. They don't really have the resources there to do concerts. They don't do a lot of concerts in St. John. So, the pop-up tents, we were going to take them all down. We only got one night. We were supposed to get 3 nights in the Windmill Bar. We only got one in. But as you can see, everybody's socially distanced. People are wearing masks. The wind was blowing out a clip up there. It was absolutely a gorgeous scene. And, the band killed it. And these people have not heard music of this level from these kind of musicians in St. John before. So here's the kind of scene you see on the left is the actual Windmill Bar, which is a tiny little bar. They just opened up a month ago. They just gotten permission to put a bar up there. And there's the old windmill, which you can walk in. You can't grind sugar in there anymore. And there's the band set up on the stage. And people were grateful to hear music. I mean, we know what it's like to try to get a concert and to go see a show nowadays. And people were very happy and grateful. And people were a little shell-shocked, too, because they're like, whoa, there's music. And in such a beautiful location. Here you kind of get the whole scene, the sunset behind the band. And the harbor there, the bay, and on the right, the islands out there, absolutely beautiful. And our good friend Mo did the projection when a night hit, so just wasn't that they weren't the only lights. And that Mo did a great job of making sure that windmill melted down throughout the night. So, and this, so that was the first couple nights the first night we were there at the Windmill Bar. And then we had to move. The people weren't that happy of some of the locals, I guess, and we had to move. We moved to a private residence over in Great Cruise Bay, and Great Cruise Bay is right next to Cruise Bay, and it is absolutely phenomenal. People came in on their little boats here. You see them, and the big boats to watch the show. This was the first night we were up there at Great Cruise Bay, and I mean, come on, check that out. What a scenario. There's old Stoops, Todd Stoops, doing it up. Christ, I was like, let me take a picture of you. And the pants kind of speak for themselves, right? That's a Tyrannosaurus Rex breathing fire across my nether region there, and some cats playing with goldfish and lasers shooting out of their eyes. So I kind of covered it all there. And you can see how crystal clear the water is. You see count my toes. Here's Jay Berwick and Marcus Rezak. Jay, my old friend from RAC, killing it. And there, look at this scenario here for night one. And you can see night one, nice and mellow, people hanging out on the beach, people on their paddle boards watching, on their boats, swimming, floating in there. It's so beautiful. Here's Marcus cutting it up. Cutting it up there, Marcus. Hash. Oh, boy, this guy. If you've never seen Thievery Corporation, never seen Hash on stage, he's an amazing bass player, but even better than that with all these people, besides all these folks, besides the musicianship level, which was amazing, the hang level, the professional level. I've never seen a crew like this. Nobody got sick. Everybody was in it to win it. We crushed. We left, wherever we went, there was a trail of people left talking about us. There you go. Matt Delivier. Mark Joseph there waving at his 4 fans. I see you 4. I see you out there. There's Jared. Jared is our local. He was our local host. A lot of the gear that we had was from his band and for his people down there on the island. He has a band down there, plays. Amazing guy, old friend of really good friends of mine. My friend Fletcher, who lived down there for many years. Him and Keith, Jared, Adam. I mean, there's a posse in this whole scenario. I mean, the houses along this bay are absolutely stunners. And this one was no exception. The only difference was we had a full-on rock band playing there for 2 nights and absolutely crushing it. And I went out on a little dinghy to get some water shots. I flagged someone, hey, take me for a ride. And the guy took me out so I could get the house shots from far away. And I ended up getting a couple of beautiful sunset shots. And that's from the water. You could see guys are in it. Here we are back from the top, looking down. The band shot after the amazing night. This is after night 2. Jared, Stoops, Marcus, Jay, Dave, Matt, Jeff, Hash. I mean, great job, guys. You guys crushed it. And there was a meteor shower. I went out to the Windmill Bar after we were done one night out late with my friend Mo, and we hung out there shooting meteors, and, you know, I skunked it. I got beautiful shots of the Milky Way, beautiful shots, everything up. But meteors are hard to shoot. They're really difficult. Here we are. Oh, this is back at the Windmill Bar. Okay. We're going all over the place. There's the group shot, the band shot from the Windmill Bar. Franca. You guys rocking. Oh, and this is the second night I went out with my friends, Janelle and Matt. They had an amazing house out by Coral Bay, all the way out the furthest place you could go. You could see how the Milky Way is popping in this picture. And if you look right over here, right over there, there's a little meteor. There might be another one up here and up here, but this one for sure. I got 2 meteors on the second night, and it's like literally shooting in the dark. So I so difficult. Mo Angelo, yes, he crushed it. You're hyper and kind of funny. No script. Good job. I have no questions, no answers, no problem. Yeah, I'm hyper. I'm excited, Dennis. I haven't been on the air now. This is the longest I have not been on the air. So it was kind of crazy. I wanted to go live when I was down there, and it was like too much fun, relaxing, enjoying myself. And then by the time 4:20 rolled around down there, it was actually 5:20. It was 5:20 there. I was always in the middle of something. We were going here, we were going there, and there was a lot of winging it. There was a lot of there's a lot of going everywhere. You had to figure stuff out on the fly. So it wasn't exactly your typical festival. So, you know, once we were not able to play the Windmill Bar, then it also created some kind of issues. We're like, all right, but you know what? We all rolled with it. We all had an amazing time. And, you know, I'm going to flip through these pics here because there's a couple more. There are a couple more from my phone of the beautiful beaches and stuff. And I think, you know, probably this time, you know, I know what you're thinking. What are you doing on the beach? Well, I'll show you. I was rocking out. Yeah, sure enough. Leave it to me to pick up the guitar and just start playing them. Afterwards, Marcus is like, wow, you can play guitar. I was like, yeah, well, you're drunk, so it would probably sound really good right now. But later you'll be like, ooh. That was the first night that we played up there at the house. And then the second night I was able to sit in. I did Cities and Wolfman with the band, which was great. I think there's I'm not even going to get to the video, but just playing in this location, even if I'm pretending, it was still absolutely incredible. And going up there with Jay and Stoops, Rack was the first band that I ever had the balls to sit in with. And I had big balls to sit in with Chris Machete and pick up a guitar. I talked about that a little bit before we left, but I had a lot of balls then. shit. When was that? How long ago? Can't hear you. That's good. 135. 135. Okay. Oh, not bad. 2 minutes. Something must happen with my audio. But I'm back. I'm back. 135. Let's see. That would have taken me. I don't know how I muted myself. I didn't even touch my microphone. I didn't even touch it. Let's go backwards here. Where were we? Ah, yes. This is the Gibney house. My beautiful sunsets. Back to the sunsets. Oppenheimer Beach. I guess that would have been the last thing you might have heard before I muted myself. Oppenheimer Beach, absolutely beautiful, where Robert Oppenheimer lived until his days. He's the last days on that beach. And the Iguana Butte, Cruise Bay. Oh no, this is this is Great Cruise Bay. That's right down here is where the Westin is. Absolutely, and that's where we played. But that's a view from the house. So I'm back, right? You guys can hear me now. Yes. Yes. I hope so. Leave it to me. Now I'm messing with you. Anyway, it's an amazing trip. You know, I know now we're in the middle of this pandemic and everybody's like, oh, good. Thanks, Jess. And everybody's afraid to go anywhere. They're all locked in their house, but they're still letting you fly. And maybe they're going to shut down the flights from England where the other strain of the virus is coming to us. Dave Watts. Great job, Dave. You and Danielle. What a good time we all had. Oh, my Lord. I want to go back. My sound kaput. Thanks, Zoran. Yeah, I got to keep the text where I can see him here. Kravitz, you have to not mute yourself. Anyway, it was a pleasure to be out. You're not out of the country. You're in the Virgin Islands. So you're actually in America, where they did not let us over the British Virgin Islands. Out on the boat is where it is out there. And you just put the tanks on and go over on any reef and see tons of fish. And it was some of the coral for the snorkeling was kind of beat up because of the hurricane. They're still reeling down there from the hurricane. And when you look at the logistics on trying to build and what people have done down there, it's absolutely kind of mind-boggling. So I don't know if you're looking to go somewhere, but the Virgin Islands was really nice, and they loved your business. So if you need a place to go, you're looking for a place to hide. It's America, but still tropical. I guess I heard the cold front's going to come up in there for 4 to 6 weeks. So maybe in February, I'll meet you guys. We'll all go down. Everybody meet me down there. We'll all bring guitars, and we'll all rip it up, and we'll have our own little party down there in the islands, man. It was an experience. And, I know a lot of things were happening here where I was keeping up, I was watching, but you're detached. You're not really following. I mean, what are you going to listen to? More whining? No more whining. No more whining. So, you know what? I could use a smoke. I'm sure you guys are all in the same boat. I need a little inspiration here. So I will fire up what's left of this, because I don't have much. Ah, 420 live. I did a lot of this while I was there. You have to import your own, though, because you're never going to find what you get here in California or even in Colorado or any other places. Sounds on? Yeah, sounds on. Anyway, delicious trip, delicious mind expansion. We went deep at the house. It was an experience. Everybody went along for a ride. And it was great getting to know a whole new group of people. Some of the things we're lacking in this whole pandemic is the ability to connect with others, especially people you don't really know. And that was one of the things that was really interesting, to connect with a new group. Like at this point in the pandemic was a blessing. I was really excited to have new friends and new experiences and get to talk to new people. And it's just really sad what we're going through now and the way communication has put us where it has. We are between a rock and a hard place. And, you have to figure this out for yourself at a certain level and what your comfort level was. And that's one of the things I picked up in Florida. I spent a couple of days in Florida on the back end. My good friend Scotty down there in Boca, and I saw my friends Rachel and Josh Barron and Molly and Molly and Josh bailing down there. Had a great time visiting, sat in their backyard. Rachel fed me, and it was just great to you lost sound? Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, I went up. Okay, good. You can't hear me. Yes, you can. But it was really great to connect on a different level with people and be able to meet new people and hang out and have lifelong memories and experiences, which hasn't been happening. And to be around music and to be around such an amazing scene was so great. And everybody, we're all on the same page when it comes to music. We all love great music. So to surround yourself with more people that love what you love and to have a new experience where you're sharing a common vibe, and things were going wrong left and right. I fell the first night. Oh, it was so damaging. I'm finally getting control of my fingers back. I bent my finger back. I bumped my cheek. I don't usually wear flip-flops to work, but I did. And then I tripped. And that's why I don't. But I didn't break a camera or anything. I spilled a drink, and then that was the last drink. I was like, okay, no more. They call them painkillers down there. And I'm like, well, I had a half a painkiller, and now I'm in incredible pain. So I don't think the painkillers were working for me. But the other stuff was working for me. And that's what really counted, folks. One thing about me is I don't get my kicks from champagne. Mere alcohol does not thrill me at all. I get my kicks from LSD. That's not the song, but whatever it is, I'm a higher learning. Higher learning is what it's all about here at 420 Live, and we are taking you all down with us, down the deep, dark web path, and it's glorious. It's hard to assimilate back to reality. I was on a mind of whether to do the show or not today, but then I realized how historic today was. That today at 10:20 on the East Coast, 10:22, Saturn and Jupiter conjunct. They conjuncted right there in the sky. We couldn't see because it was sunny, but I went outside. We took all our crystals out. Kiki's like, you got to energize your crystals, put them out in the sun, put them out in the moonlight tonight, leave them out for 24 hours, get that energy in them. They're going to take us through the great reset. I sound like one giant conspiracy theory after another, don't I? We're going to take us right through the great reset. But the Jupiter Saturn Conjunction is incredibly interesting. We've talked about it a little bit on the show, but it's been a couple weeks. But it's basically times are going to change. And the last time this happened was 400 years ago, as the Industrial Revolution occurred. We stopped the colonization in the cities or in the country and moved into the cities, where we started working at these big factories and making all this crap that we now buy. So not saying the Industrial Revolution was a great success, but it moved man up to another level. And obviously it was a success. We're here. I'm surrounded by things created in a factory somewhere, from the couch to the lamp to the whole place I'm sitting in. So I appreciate work. I appreciate good work. And it's interesting to watch. Things are changing. You see it's happening like in Washington, where all of a sudden this new compassionate government that kind of cares and wants to help people is coming in. And these old guys that are only interested in helping themselves. Like, if we can't get rich, fuck everyone. And, that's not where we are right now. So we need this. This is something that's happening. It's somewhere we're heading, like it or not. There's a big change coming. And I, for one, am very excited about it. I feel like we have a front row seat to watching something historical happen. And I'm really glad that to be on the planet. I'm going to try to stay here as long as possible, and keep a good looking corpse. Keep getting thinner. Suck it all down. I was on the coffee the whole time. Anyway, you have the great conjunction happened today. So everybody should be out there conjuncting. We're going to go out. The family's going to go out down to the beach tonight and watch the sunset, because at sunset on the southwest horizon, you could see it's going to look like one star. You'll see Saturn and Jupiter as close as they've been in 800 years. 800 years was the last time they were this close. But 400 years ago was the last Saturn-Jupiter conjunction. 800 years ago, I was alive, and Genghis Khan was Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan is the name of a Chinese restaurant in Fairfax. Genghis Khan is the name of the guy who was a destroyer, destroyed the world, or went on a rampage. So Genghis Khan, not Genghis Cohen. I went to a Hebrew school with Genghis Khan. He was not a good student. So the great conjunction, the winter solstice, also today. I mean, everything's lining up to change. You could feel it coming. It's like the wave, the undercurrent, and the old guys are all like, no, I don't want to drown. I don't want to go. And we're like, there you go. Goodbye. All of you go right down to Bill Barr. See ya. Donald Trump. See ya. All of you float down the river. Go to hell, boy. Go straight to hell, boy. Do not collect go. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I don't know how I could blow that line, but I did. So, great conjunction, Saturn and Jupiter, the solstice. Oh, there's a meteor shower tonight, starting at 20. But we saw meteors down in, we were there, the Geminis. I'm sure a lot of people saw the Geminis last week. Down there, the sky was so clear. They were just unbelievable shooters. And I'd have the camera, 30-second exposure, but my camera takes 30 seconds to process the picture. Click it, and you just sit there and wait, and it clicks. And then as soon as it went off, it'd be like, whoosh. I'd be like, missed that one. Or they'd be right out of frame, falling all over the sky. It was so frustrating. I can understand why I don't do astronomy photography. My friend Jake Silko does, and he does some amazing stuff, but I think you need that tripod that kind of goes with the sky. You just leave it open for a couple hours. You need a huge, I had a fisheye on, but it still did not get me enough sky. But I don't mind. I think shooting meteor showers and sunsets and boat trips is probably a great way for me to pivot into my retirement, which seems to be coming sooner than later. Hollywood doesn't seem to be getting any closer. Our world doesn't seem to be getting any more in tune. So I don't know what's going on, folks. I'm as clueless as everybody else. But I would like to see that the vaccine works. I'm planning on getting vaccinated in a month or two. As soon as I see how everybody else is handling it, I'll get vaccinated. Yes, Dan. I'm not. I know you sit in the sun. You wear like baby oil, but I'm not really trying to get too much sun because all my friends that are skin doctors don't want to see me. Dr. Rosenbach does not want to see me coming into his office with a bunch of gross all over the place. So I block up and have a hat on in the water and glasses. And, I try to stay out of the sun as much as possible. I would be a lot darker otherwise, but pretty good. Nice time of year to be feeling it. And after seeing everybody's pasty arms, like Lindsey Graham and Marco Rubio's pasty arms, I'm like, you see my upper arms, it's almost the same color as my lower arms. So I could use a little bit of working out. Oh, I did my first yoga class. Talk about open-minded. My friend Scotty Senft, I went to stay with in Boca, and he dragged me to my first yoga class. And I have to say, it was a ball buster. It was Rashan. It's all floor work, hot room. I walk in, I'm like, oh, it's going to be hot room too. I was like, I really committed myself to this. And, the first couple stretches were nice and easy. And then there were some stretches like my toes weren't working right. I was feeling a little swelling from my fall in my big toe, reactivated the gout. I'm like, oh, this is great. So I'm trying to balance. I can't, but I did my best and I got through the whole thing. And I would call it more, I called it yoga, Jeff yoga more than yoga, because by the time I was done, I had created a completely different list of stretches that worked for me that I could accomplish. And, but at the end, you lay down and you kind of go into this trance state, I guess is the best way to describe it. I had like an out-of-body experience at the yoga class. And it was very interesting. I wasn't expecting to get the payoff because I had such a hard time through all the moves, but I was sweating and I was doing it and I was trying. And then I laid down and it was just like, just could feel this weightlessness lift off me. And, it deserves more investigation. So I want to thank Scotty for dragging me out there, and it's not going to be my last yoga class. And it was interesting because I could feel the yoga teacher feeling me having difficulty. Yeah. I mean, there are about 20 people in the room, and I could feel him being like, hey, if you're not able to do this, your body is telling you you're fat and out of shape. He didn't say it in those words, but that was my interpretation, and 100% right. So time to get into shape. I feel it. This is the time. It's a time to set new intentions, new commitments. It's time to get ready to take ourselves to the next stage. Whatever we've been doing in the past that has not been working. If you don't have a job anymore and you're sitting around waiting for things to go back to normal, I think that you're doing yourself a disservice. What we have to figure out is what works for now and not what's going to happen when this all comes together. So I encourage everybody to be thinking about their pivot and thinking about what they can do to when, if and when things don't go back the way you think they're going to go back, or in a timeline where it's going to be timely, because you don't want to waste. Time's precious. We only get so much on the planet. And I say that as I roll into my geriatric years. We only get so much time on the planet. So I don't want to be sitting around waiting for things to happen. You have to make things happen. And I know it's really difficult. We're erring on the side of safety, but at the same time, I see the opportunities out there to look at things in a different way. And important for people in the entertainment industry. We did get a big bill yesterday from the senators, the Save Our Stages Act. We talked to the guys from NITO. We had them here on the show, and they told us how important it was, and they were pretty sure they were going to get included. So congratulations to all our friends out there, the Tipitinas, the DBAs, the Prez Halls, the Capitol Theaters and Brooklyn Bowls, and, everybody I know and love in this industry. My heart bleeds for you. We all have to get back to living the way we did and supporting each other. But for now, at least we'll have a little bit of relief. They were nice enough to do it. I agree. $600 a month is not a lot of cash. And that's incredibly disappointing because they haven't done anything since March or since April. I mean, we're just sitting around. They told us this was all going to go away in September. Meanwhile, they're lining up first to get vaccinated. I hate talking about this shit because it just freaking destroys me, the fact that it's so important. But the injustice is just, and the injustice, the hypocrisy is astounding. Marco Rubio, I mean, come on. Lindsey Graham, you guys didn't even believe there was a disease. You told us there was no disease. And but give me a vaccine first. For the continuity of leadership, I personally would like to see Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell go off into the sunset and make babies or something. I mean, just get out of our face. I don't understand why someone has so little control of something, has so much control. So, yes, the COVID pivot, Marcus, the pandemic pivot, as we like to say here at 520 Live, because it is a pandemic and it rhymes. 2 P's, pandemic pivot. So, yes, COVID pivot, whatever it is, we need to pivot. We need to figure out what's next and what's coming up. And don't assume that anything's going back to the way it was. The way it was isn't going to exist. I think another year of celebrities not having any importance in our life is going to truly crush them. Kanye, where's he going to get his ego fix? How's that going to work? I don't know. Anyway. Always a winner here at 420 Live, folks. Winner every day. And we got my nice new Tipitina shirt. Check out the back. Many flavors of gumbo. Gumbos in every style, something like that. I read it once before I put it on. This is the old school tip shirt. These new tip shirts are really comfortable. I also went online today and ordered a DBA shirt from my friend Tom Thayer at DBA, and went to Prez Hall and ordered a shirt from Prez Hall from my friend Ben Jaffe at Prez Hall. Throwing my $25 around to everybody. And, you guys should get out there and get some new wardrobe today. Today is a day to thank the darkness for lessons and turn it into more light. It's true, Jess. It's true. There's a lot we've realized and discovered about ourselves over the past 9 months, because we've all had to rethink everything, Personally, I realized I'm really good at washing pots and pans. I kind of excel at it, and that's why I probably always get the job. But it is nice being home and not have to do anything. It's like I'm in prison. Like the door opens and they slide the meal in. Here's your dinner. Slide it under the tray. Like, hey, I need more water. Need more water. Is there dessert tonight? Please. Please, warden. Yeah, Kravitz in prison. Yep, that's me. I'm in jail and not in bail. You forgot to watch? You might still be able to see it. They kept it up for a couple days. It was a great show. That Tipitina show was something else. And I think they added some more. I saw a little bit of it this week, but I just got home that day. And my jet lag and getting back to reality, coming home is a psychedelic experience too. You have to totally readjust everything. You're like, got to get into the gear of the home life. The only one I'm allowed to hang out with right now is the dog. And she's really getting most out of me too. It's like, Dad, walk, throw ball. I like it. Yes. Well, Mike, that's what's happening right now. And I was talking to some people down there that have switched out of the cannabis game, sold what they had in the cannabis game, and moving into the psychedelic field. And there's a lot of investment opportunities in the psychedelic field coming up, which I think are going to rival what's happened in the cannabis industry. It's a fresh industry. It's going to grow exponentially. More and more states are going to accept it. And we're going to need reputable companies in there that understand psilocybin and ketamine. There's already companies where you can go have a ketamine experience. You go in and see the doctor and he takes you on the ride. And, I think that this is the future for where we're going as a people. It's going to make our lives incredibly more enriching. And one ketamine dose cures PTSD. One, not years of therapy. People go through their whole lives not being able to come to terms with what gave them PTSD. You think you go in there and take a drug or anything could happen and you could, get rid of your PTSD. I mean, that's absolutely incredible. So there's a lot to look for in this industry. If you're interested in it, we'll check it out. All right, Justin, that's fine, but we're not smoking joints together because that's the way it is. You're going to have to wait. You have to wait. When Fish comes back, you find me and we'll smoke a big fatty. I'll be there because we all love music, and that's the kind of thing that's missing from our lives the most right now is our ability to go see music and hang out. But down in Florida, it's a little bit different. Life in Florida is different, and it's interesting because it's open, so you can go places and people wear masks when you walk in and take it off, and everybody, you have to deal with your own health and own people around you, no matter where you are. So it's warm and beautiful down there. I understand why most of New York City's moved down there. I've talked to a ton of friends where all their friends have moved to Florida or moved out of New York. So I do think that New York's going to be an amazing buying opportunity at a certain time. But right now it seems to me like Florida and places that are warm. California, people are leaving California, but real estate's still going up. So I know it's kind of flip-flopping around. But I know Elon Musk went to Texas. You have that much money, it doesn't matter where you live because you just buy the big fat house and have all your people, your servants and everybody come with you and they just move you in. It's not like us uprooting. If we have to uproot, it's like moving years worth of stuff. But you know what? I've thought of everything these days, and I think we all need to consider all opportunities out there. I'm not locked into one place on the planet. I'm not locked into one job anymore. I'm up for a new adventure. So anybody like Marcus wants to call me up and say, Kravitz, bring your camera here or there, or you know what? Forget the camera. Bring your guitar here or there. I am ready. Have camera, have guitar, have a bag of tricks, willing to travel. I'm coming to your town soon. I got it. Guess tomorrow? Zoran, I have nothing planned till the end of the year right now. I'm not even dealing with booking guests. I'm going to wing it. I'm going to see what happens tonight. Possibly I'm going to be back tomorrow. But the way it's going right now, I'm riding wild and loose. I'm rethinking the show. 5 days a week has been a lot. I don't want to knock it down, but at the same time, we're going to have to see how it works, see how it looks. And we're going to have to see. I'm adjusting everything. I'm going to ride this out to the year. I'd like to get through show 200, which is about 10 shows away. But I'm probably going to do the show till the end of the week. And still on for the Super Bowl. I don't know. I'm inquiring. It's one of the inquiries I have to make right now is what's going to happen with the Super Bowl. So if the Super Bowl is on and I can get a photo pass, I'll be going to Tampa. So there you go. I'm ready, Marcus. Lifetime retainer, camera, guitar, vibes, control. I can handle it. I'm ready. I can do it all. But as far as the Super Bowl, I'm ready to go. If the teams are going to play and they're going to have a halftime show and they're going to let us in to shoot it, we'll get tested, wear masks, whatever. I'll take that 12 minutes. I'll take that 12-minute Super Bowl halftime show, and I'll see you another trip to Florida with a trip to somewhere else too, another island. I'd still like to get down to Cozumel, down to Mexico, see my friends down there. I think, I could work at a dive shop for a couple months. That'd be fun. Henry would love to have me down there. I'd bring the vibe control and guitar down to Cozumel and then have to bring all my friends. Here, Matt's ready. Okay, well, guys, send me the offer. You got my email. I'm ready for you guys. I'm ready to go. But we had a great time. I want to thank Marcus. I want to thank everybody that went with us down there to St. John, all the local people in St. John. So much love for the most part. I'm sure there were a couple of people we pissed off along there down the way, but you know what? People love music, and I'm sure everybody just appreciates the fact that people are trying to party, even in the middle of this COVID. I know some of you saying, stay the hell home. This isn't going to cure it. I hear you in my heads. And, you know, I get it. I get it. Stoops, I'm ready. I want to talk to you guys about New Year's. Maybe I got to come down and see you guys. The bullhorn. Oh, my God. Yeah, we were sitting outside. It was 6:45 at night. We had this amazing house up on the hill. I have pictures here somewhere. We had this amazing house up in the hill. And it was this lady at 6:40 comes over with a bullhorn and starts telling us how obnoxious we are and to be quiet. And we were firing. We had an amazing day at the beach that day. And this lady's like, "You're so obnoxious. You should be quiet." And we're like, Like this lady is, oh, wait, I have to do it here. Chrome tab. No, that's not going to work now, is it now? I think I got two, and now it's not going to work. Bummer. Anyway, yeah, so the lady started, "You guys are assholes." This woman was yelling at us because it's a very quiet island, and we were just talking, hanging out. We didn't have the music up. We were just like laughing, and it was this like Stoops and Jay comedy hour. And next thing you know, the lady yelling at us, "Can you guys shut up?" And I had the best line of the night, but I didn't use it while she was yelling at us, which was, she was like, "Well, we live here." And I should have said, "Yeah, so do we. Hi, neighbor." But I was like, my line was, "We'll be gone in a week. Don't worry, lady. You'll have your quiet back." The funny thing was, we jammed in that house at 12:30 at night, and all we got was the light shut out. Yeah, it was 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, Danielle. Danielle was there. She knows. At 6 o'clock, they shut the freaking, they told us to be quiet. And then we were playing music there the first time we got there, just the band's rehearsing, and someone shuts the power out on the pole. And we had to go out and turn the power back on. Fortunately, she misses us. I think the whole island misses us. We kind of scorched some earth there. I'm sure we made a lot of friends, and we made quite a few enemies too, but not everybody's going to be happy. Not everybody's going to be happy when we come to town with the Rollin' Rock and Roll Shred is Dead party. But you know what? We'll be back. We'll be back. We are going to rock it again. I'd go back to St. John as soon as the wife lets me. As soon as she's okay. All I need is a half an offer. I don't even need a full offer. But anyway, I appreciate everybody again. Thanks, everybody, for being there. And I know the voices carry, especially in a little tiny place like we were up in the hill. Can you imagine what the guitar was like at 12 o'clock at night when they're breaking into Dark Star and Terrapin Station? Just like, dun, 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 dun. Hello, St. John. Here we are to play some music. As you know, more balls than brains, folks. That's what it's all about. So thank you, St. John. Thank you to the people out there. Thank you to everybody that made us come. And we hope to be back. The Windmill Bar is a beautiful location. I really want to play it again. Bring the band out there. It was something else. So I hope to be back. I hope you can all come and visit too, because it was amazing. Thank you all. It's been, I had a lot of perspective over the past couple of weeks, not doing the show, on what it was like to do the show. And it really gave me a look into how much work it's been for me and how much energy I've put into it. But, I see everybody tuning in and the conversations I have with people about watching the shows and what they enjoy and what they've learned. And, it just makes it all worthwhile. So thank you all so much for, being part of 420 Live and being part of my life. And thank you, Marcus. We love you too. I got the MVP award. I won't get into the details how I won it. Let's just say it was stepping up consistently on the trip. Let's face it, I was the old guy. I had a lot of experience. So I was happy to share it with everybody and try to iron out a couple rough patches here and there and, put my foot down when I had to. But it was a really great trip, and it was really great to share with other people. Something we're missing right now is that we're all so alone. So it's really hard. All the moments we're having are kind of on a computer or on a phone or shared via distance. So it was interesting to be able to share with other people and get to know other people and get to learn to love other people in face to face. You know, it's one of the things we're missing in life is the human connection, and they kind of shit all over it with this COVID and the way they handled it. And you know, it doesn't look like it's going to get any better anytime soon, even with all the things with the new strains and everything coming out. But we all got our fingers crossed. You know, I know things are going to turn around. I know there's a rainbow at the end of this, and I'll see you all under it, raging, dancing with the little DMT elves out there in the in the alternate universe in my head. So thank you, everybody that I ran into this trip for completing me and making it well worth it. And I look forward to seeing you all again. I don't know what's going to happen the rest of the week, but you know what? I'll come up with something. I just can't help myself. At least go live once or twice more before Christmas, which is coming up fast. I still got to do my shopping. I don't even know where to go shopping. Can you do shopping? Is shopping open? Am I allowed to spend money? I don't think so. First, you have to have money to spend. Thank you, everybody. Peace, love, and happiness to everybody out here. A big, big hug. It's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I have not taken 2 weeks off since this all started. So my energy is complete, although yet still a little scattered. I am going to dial it in and zero it on in, and I'm coming right back to you. Thanks for tuning in. Jeff Kravitz, 420 Live.